Hey guys, this is Reeve Stimpson. I am joining Zak and Corey today on $2 Late Fee Podcast, along with Podcasting After Dark. And I'm going to be here talking about the amazing movie Cool as Ice. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Did you use quotations when you said amazing?
Hey, you heard it from Reeve. And you see all of us now. It's me, Zak. It's Corey. It's Reeve. We're talking about what is considered one of the worst movies of all time. But guess what? Maybe we kind of like it low-key. Well, I do.
One of us does.
All month long, we're going to be celebrating Michael Gross. But Reeve is here to hang out with us and talk about this masterpiece. Or, as I like to call it, a masterpiece. So enjoy. Links are in the show notes per usual for Reeve's music and all the stuff that we talk about in this episode. And come support Podcasting After Dark and $2 late fee. If you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, the whole deal, bingo bango, and enjoy Schling and a Schlong and Cool as Ice.
And enjoy Zak learning what a meet cute is.
Fine, enjoy.
Lock your doors, close your windows, turn out your lights, for chills and thrills await you. It's time for Podcasting After Dark with your hosts, Corey Stevenson and Zak Schaefer. Stay with a friend, say your prayers as grisly ghouls close in to seal your doom. Tonight's episode, the 35th anniversary celebration of Cool as Ice, with special guest, Reeve Stimpson.
When you meet a girl with a cold, cold heart,
Yep, she likes it. You know each other.
oh yeah, there's only one way to melt it.
Drop that zero and get with the hero.
Just add ice.
Sometimes I'd like to do something really wild just because I never have.
Vanilla ice.
Homeboy, this. You ain't true to yourself.
You make me feel special.
You ain't true to nobody.
Cool as ice. Rated PG.
Happy New Year, everybody. It's $2 late fee, Podcasting After Dark. You couldn't get rid of Corey and I. We are combining forces all month long because we're celebrating Michael Gross, America's favorite dad from Family Ties.
Officially number one favorite dad now. He knocked another one of an 80s favorite dad out of that slot. Maybe that 80s dad knocked himself out of that slot.
Yeah, you're going to have to listen to that interview to find out. That interview is going to drop with Michael Gross a week after this episode on our respective podcast, et cetera, et cetera. So Michael Gross all month long. We're going to be covering Tremors on Podcasting After Dark, but we're covering Cool as Ice. And I thought, who would be like a perfect guest to have on the show with us to talk about what is considered one of the worst movies of all time. It is celebrating its 35th anniversary, but I thought, no. There's a connection here. There's a thread, and just bear with me. We'll get to the thread and the connection. But I wanted to invite my good friend and amazing musician, Reeve Stimpson, back on the show. Reeve, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me. This is great. I'm going to have to start vetting the movies that you give me, though, before I agree to do a podcast episode.
Yeah. Aren't you glad that Zak thought of you when he thought about this movie?
Yeah, I'm interesting to hear the connection. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing, and I promise you, Reeve, the next time I have you on, it'll be for a movie you probably actually know of or enjoy. We had Michael Gross on the show, and Corey and I were like, well, we got to talk about Tremors, obviously. That just celebrated its 35th, and now going into 36, and again, Happy New Year, everybody. But I thought, what movie that Michael Gross is in is celebrating its 36th or 35th anniversary in 1991? And I saw Cool as Ice, and I'm like, oh, wow, I haven't seen that movie since the theater, because I literally saw it in the theater, and I have a little story about that. The night it came out with my brother Eric, and that's a whole other story. But I thought, I want to get Reeve back on because I know Reeve has some new music coming out and an album on the way as well. And we'll talk all about all of that. But I thought, no, this dude, Vanilla Ice in 1990 is when Ice Ice Baby came out, right? And he was on fire. Probably the biggest superstar at the time when he came out. You know, he came upon the scene and everybody was like, wow, that's so cool how he took that Queen and David Bowie song Under Pressure. And he's like, no, I didn't sample that. They go ding, 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 dida, ding, ding. I go ding, 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 dida, ding, ding. There's a difference. I might play that clip actually from MTV where he like defended that.
We sampled them from him, but it's not the same bass line. Like it goes ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding. Ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. That's the way theirs goes. Ours goes ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding. Ding, 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 diggy, ding.
But I thought this guy's on the scene. He's a good dancer. He's got really cool style for the time. And I thought he's hot. He's hot right now. And who's hot in my mind, both literally, physically, and audibly, but Reeve. It's so...
All right. I'll accept that. I got
you.
Yeah.
And again, I apologize because this movie is not as bad as I actually think it is.
Well, okay.
Agree to disagree. Yeah.
Yeah. You might be dying alone on that hill, pal.
I will die alone with certain statements that I'll make in this, and I will gladly defend them, but I will happily join in on you guys, disliking this film as well. I can see
Sure. Should we discuss when we first saw, or how old we were when this came out and everything
go
originally?
ahead, Corey. When did you see this movie?
1990, or this came out in 91, so I was 13. I have never seen it until I was 47 years old. So but I do remember Vanilla Ice. I remember how big, he was at the time. And, my friends liked his music and stuff. Like, you couldn't escape it, at all. Like, it was everywhere. And I was always like, okay, everything was always catchy and fun about it. But at the same time, I was like, 1990 just came out. So I saw Tremors in the theater. I saw Night of the Living Dead remake in the theater. So many 1990 movies were freaking awesome. I wasn't going to go see Cool as Ice in 1991. It wasn't going to happen. That wasn't my steez, But hey, props to him for having his own movie. You know what I mean? Seriously, for getting this thing off the ground and everything. That's, no matter what I will eventually say about this film, getting any film made is an accomplishment.
Yes.
And there are some impressive people behind the scenes on this movie. So my hat's off to Rob Van Winkle for getting this project off the ground.
Or Johnny in this case. He plays Johnny in the movie Vanilla Ice. How about you, Reeve? Have you ever seen this movie up until the point I forced you to watch it?
Well, I was -3 when it came out. So I didn't know much about. I know what we know of Vanilla Ice now. Then that kind of even started when I watched the movie That's My Boy with Adam Sandler, and he has Vanilla Ice as one of the characters in the movie, playing himself as washed up Vanilla Ice. But I've listened to, I think, the majority of what most people know without doing a deep dive on Vanilla Ice. But it's funny because I actually did enjoy certain parts of the movie more along the lines of the cinematography, especially within the dance parts. Yes. I thought those were shot really well. I thought the choreography was pretty cool. If you just gave me the first 4 minutes of the movie and then separated that from the rest of the movie, I probably would have thought that they could have belonged in two different things. One was an amazing music video, and then the rest was just the background music of the entire film really, really stood out to me, because it was just if I looked up free royalty samples right now and just didn't listen to any of them, but picked the first 5 and threw them on film, that's probably what I'd get.
Well, it's funny you say that, and I will really quickly just say that I saw this movie, like I said, the night it came out at the Sunnyvale Town Center, our local mall in Northern California, and with my brother. I was 15 at the time, and after the movie was over, after we were like, oh my God, what did we just watch? He says, you want to learn how to drive? And I go, what? And so he taught me how to drive in the parking lot of Sunnyvale Town Center, because no one was there. That was my first time ever driving a car, his Plymouth Valiant. I think it was a 1974 Plymouth Valiant. And He drove me around, and I got to drive around the parking lot learning how to drive for the first time after seeing Cool as Ice. That's why this movie's memorable to me.
That's pretty sweet. That's how old were you? 14 and a half?
I was 15. I was 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so Reeve, I was, Actually, I was 14 because my birthday's in June. So, and this movie came out. I was 15 because this movie came out in August. That's
Okay.
right. Reeve, just so you know, I have an older brother of 5 years and a younger brother too. But my older brother, he had a big part in raising me, for better or worse. So previous episodes of the show, you can hear the trauma and, the sides of having a big brother growing up in the 80s and 90s is very relatable, I think, with a lot of people.
I get that. I'm the oldest of four. I've got a younger brother and two younger sisters, so I'm sure my younger brother's got some stories that are probably along the same lines. Yeah, I get that.
I'm sure you do. Before we get too much into the weeds of this movie, besides the whole affectionate thing about my brother and whatnot, Reeve, you brought up the music. And I think that should be kind of an emphasis on this episode. And for those that are new to this show, maybe you're a big Reeve Stimpson fan and you're like, I want to see what Reeve's doing outside of music. This is what Podcasting After Dark and $2 Late Fee do. We cover movies that are more cult-based, maybe lesser on the radar, and we always dig into the soundtracks on $2 Late Fee. And we are going to dig into this soundtrack because there's a lot to talk about. But, Reeve, you brought up the music. And I think that was the biggest thing that stood out to me, too. It wasn't the acting. It wasn't the dialogue. It wasn't the editing. It was the music that really kind of was jarring for me. And the composer to this is Stanley Clarke. And if you don't know who Stanley Clarke is, he's a 4-time Grammy Award winner. He is considered a living legend in the music industry. He's scored other movies, including Boys in the Hood. So...
Okay.
Jeez.
We all have our off days.
Yeah.
And I think in this case, Stanley had an off day.
Do you know the other movies he was in? He did? So is that one?
So he scored several movies, including as a composer. I will run down just a couple. Roll Bounce, which is a great roller skating movie. Soul Food. He scored a Murder, She Wrote made-for-TV movie, which is pretty amazing. The Transporter. Romeo Must Die.
I remember that.
Wow.
The Best Man. Baps. Sprung.
Baps.
Eddie with Whoopi Goldberg. Shout out to Dustin because I think he likes that movie. Higher Learning. Little Big League. Poetic Justice with Tupac and Janet Jackson. Passenger 57 when Wesley Snipes was at the height of his career. And of course, oh my God, The Five Heartbeats, which is a musical. And Reeve, if you've never seen The Five Heartbeats, it is a good movie.
Okay.
It is a fictional movie based on
The Temptations, right?
The Temptations and the Four Tops and
Oh.
like all those Motown bands. But
Yeah.
Robert Townsend directed it. It's got an amazing cast.
From the streets
Take it, JT, take it.
to the stage, from the alleyways
Dress, take the bass line, bass.
to the airwaves. This is a story of friendship
Quiet boy, go to turf.
in 5-part harmony. From Robert Townsend, The Five Heartbeats.
It's the same year that actually he did Boys in the Hood, Five Heartbeats, and Cool as Ice in the same year.
I think we know where he pulled from his like B and C tracks. He's like, you know what? I'll put them over here. And Reeve, I don't like. So I'm surrounded by you and Zach are surrounding me. You guys are both musically inclined, and I have no musical ability whatsoever. All of my artistic ability went into like visual art and everything. And Zach will tell you, I don't have the ear for things. You know, I don't kind of really pick up on music and movies. That's more of his thing. But I will tell you, for this movie, I was like, this music doesn't seem right. Like it was actually, it was so bad that I noticed it. Like I was like, wait a minute, this can't be right. Right. And like you said, it almost like has no personality. I think that's what you were saying when you said it felt like, you know, like what is free, you know, free music. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
It just
yeah.
it has no
License free,
personality.
yeah.
It doesn't feel like it fits. But on the other hand, the musical numbers that him and like that open and close that bookend the movie are amazing. Give me those two, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and there was actually, and I'll play it early in the episode now. There is a musical piece that doesn't fit the rest of the movie, and it happens at the very end of the movie when Johnny, played by Vanilla Ice, picks up Kathy, played by Kristin Minter. By the way, like pretty big name actor, kind of during that time too, and she went on to a lot of big stuff. She gets on his bike and they ride off. They ride past Nick, aka Dick, which is really funny. And there's a musical, it's a guitar arrangement piece, which is really good.
Hold on.
Where are we going?
I forgot something.
Like, it's totally different from the hip hop thing. It's actually feels like it's out of a late 80s, early 90s, just, kind of like that jangling guitar type vibe. And I'm like, this is pretty cool, but
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Reeve?
I do, because you're right. It did stand out more so as like something that would actually fit the scene.
Yeah.
Everything else was kind of like, it's like the weird like transition scenes of like a 90s, like, I don't know, if like we just saw a 90s bully push a kid down, like, and then they like did a slow pan or something, that would be the background music for it.
Yeah, totally. And you're right. In the beginning of this movie, it's a music video. And Naomi Campbell, by the way, who was hot at the time, who's a fashion model, is the singing, predominantly like the hook singer. She's the one who sings the chorus.
Is she actually singing it, or is it like the CNC Music Factory thing where she's just like, lip syncing it?
I mean, she's listed as the vocalist, and
Okay.
I don't know.
And she's the blonde?
She's the black lady singing.
Okay, gotcha.
The blonde is actually Bobby Brown. Corey, you want to talk about Bobby Brown?
Was it Bobby Jean Brown or something
Yep.
like that? No, I don't know who she is. Who's
Oh,
that?
she's like I think she's mostly known for her kind of fashion model cover, like the posters you would get at Prince Plus, where
yeah.
go to the bikini section of the posters, right?
Okay,
And
that's
Gotcha.
who she was.
there literally was a shop in the 80s and 90s called Prince Plus. It was a poster shop in the mall, and you would go into the poster shop. I'm not joking. You go into the poster shop at the mall, and they have like sports, movies, and then they have a section bikinis.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it literally was just posters of women on cars with bikinis.
I just had the posters. I didn't know they had names to them.
Walmart used to do that. Like Walmart, when you
Yes.
like you go through and be like, I'd be like 7 years old, be like, oh, there's Finding Nemo, and there's, oh my god, go back to that one, yeah.
Finding Bobby Jean Brown.
But yeah, she's smoking hot. I think she was in a movie with the Barbarian Brothers, like Double Trouble or something like that.
Yeah,
So-
Reeve, Corey and I will not subject you to some of the other movies she's been in.
Barbarian Brothers.
Double.
Oh boy.
Anyways, yeah, that music video is a great way to like introduce Vanilla Ice, but then the movie from then on out is basically, it's not Rebel Without a Cause. It goes in really wacky directions. Corey, how would you kind of like summarize this movie?
Again, so first time seeing it, I'm 47 years old. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm like, okay. The look of the film, it looks like almost like a TV movie, but yet it has a big name cinematographer. But like the story wise and the acting and everything, my takeaway from the film, my high concept discussion here is that it's like Rob Van Winkle, he's playing Vanilla Ice, the persona, like on screen. It's as if, and it would actually almost even work better if it was some kind of a fantasy thing, some kind of a sci-fi thing, because he acts, the movie treats him as if Vanilla Ice, the persona, came out of the TV screen and started trying to like interact with the human race. And he doesn't know how. Like he can only interact in quips and quotes and like all these like catchphrases and stuff like that. But there are micro moments when like he interacts with the younger brother where like a little bit of humanity actually shines through. But for the rest of the movie, you learn nothing about his actual character. You learn nothing about where he's from, what his backstory is, what he feels, what he wants, what he needs, where he's going in life. You don't learn any of that stuff. But I don't think that Rob Van Winkle failed this film. I think that this film failed Rob Van Winkle because, like I said, when he had these micro moments with the younger brother, I was like, oh, it's not his fault. Like, I think he could have maybe pulled off a movie that had, musical leanings, but give him something more to do. Like, give him like an actual personality to have and human interaction other than just like sneaking into a high school girl's bedroom and thinking that's cool. You know what I mean? Well, she's asleep.
What's wrong with that? Stealing her day planner. What's wrong with that?
God.
So the way he did it, yeah.
It's a wild movie because it wants us to connect with him, but you can't emotionally connect with his character because the movie gives you nothing.
Yeah, so, and by the way, the kid is played by Victor DiMattia, and he was in The Sandlot and Turner and Hooch. Of the two dog cop movies, I don't like Turner and Hooch as much as K9 with Jim Belushi. Anyways, the kid is great, and he's playing rad video games. He's playing like Super Mario Brothers at one point, or like Metroid,
and Michael Gross. Like, and at the end of the day, I care more about like Michael Gross's storyline, which is the B storyline, because it's interesting. There's just nothing there for me to connect with Johnny. I'm like, okay, so he's gonna get the girl because he's good looking. He always gets the girl, and I'm like, oh, but this one's gonna be harder. And it's like, but will it though? Will it? I mean, he's a good-looking guy,
Just so everyone knows, he introduces himself to Kathy, or Kat,
the worst
as he likes
meet
to call her.
cute in history. The worst meet cute in movie history.
Well, which is it, Kathy?
Kathy. Mm-hmm. Cat.
Yeah.
He almost kills her. Yeah, meet cute. It's a meet cute when the two characters meet. That's a meet cute.
Oh, meet cute. I thought you said meet cute.
Meet cute. MEEET
Yep.
CUT. It's
Oh, okay.
Have you never heard that term before?
No. Reeve, do you know that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Am I the only one who's a dad here?
It's when two characters who are gonna fall in love. It's in the movie. What is the moment that they meet? And it's called a meet cute. And his is the worst because he almost kills her.
Yeah, Reeve, you ever rolled?
Almost killed somebody?
You ever drove off the side of the road on your motorcycle and knocked the lady off her horse?
Yeah, my dad was like, the best way to pick up a girl is if you almost Christopher Reeve her. That's like,
God, totally.
Yeah.
She's lucky. You're right. You're right.
That could have gone a whole different direction. Yeah.
I mean, this movie is wacky as hell. Because they are stuck in this town, and before we get to that, Corey, you mentioned cinematography. And you said the cinematographer is well known. Who is the cinematographer for this?
Oh, I can't pronounce his name though.
Oh, that's why you wanted me to set it up. It's Janusz Kaminski. Yeah, Janusz Kaminski.
He's like Steven Spielberg's cinematographer now. Like he's done it's like
Schindler's List. Need I say more?
Wow.
Yeah, he's like done Schindler's List. He's done Minority Report, War Horse. West Side Story, the new one. Like, yeah, he's a big time cinematographer. And this movie looks like a made-for-TV film.
Yeah, I mean, there have always been platforms for musicians, right? I think of Prince, Purple Rain, right? And I think of
Andrew Dice
Madonna, Clay. Right? With Shanghai. What was that movie she did with Sean Penn before she did anything? It was like Shanghai something. I'll come up with it later, guys. Don't worry. I'll drop it in. I think of Sting, in Dune, but to be an artist, Reeve, who is focused on their music, having an opportunity to be a big screen star, it would be pretty rad, right? If someone came to you today and were like, hey, you know what? You got a great look. We want to remake The Flamingo Kid, and we want you to play the lead actor. You'd be totally down with that, right?
100%, yes. Knowing what I know about, and my limited knowledge, I love movies and I love anything visual. So knowing anything about that kind of stuff now, I would have to read the whole screenplay and the script and know everything that's going into it and actually be able to visualize it before anything like that now. Because if I get Vanilla Iced, I don't know if I'd like that.
If I got cool as dice.
Yeah.
You got cooled as ice. And by the way, Madonna was in Desperately Seeking Susan. I think that was her first big movie she did. But as an actor, the one she did with Sean Penn is I'm still looking for it. I'll come up with it later. Don't worry, folks.
She was in Vision Quest too, wasn't she?
She did. She was in Vision Quest. It was her
Yeah.
first like kind of on-screen scene that she did. But yeah, she but I think Desperately Seeking Susan was her first acting job.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know? But yeah, like you say, I got to read the script first. But obviously scripts can change.
Yeah.
I think this probably did change quite a bit because like you said, Corey, there is this B storyline with, Michael Gross, who is very proficient. Like Michael Gross is he's a television, stage, and theatrical actor. Like he's got the chops.
Yo, I gotta talk to Kat. She's not here. She's right behind you.
At this stage of his career, he had been doing it for a really long time. But the guy who wrote it, David Sten, he's worked on a lot of shows. He produced 90210 for many years.
That makes sense. It looks like it.
Totally makes sense.
Shanghai Surprise, 1986.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just helping, buddy. It's okay. Keep going with the producer.
The whole reason I brought that movie up is because it's kind of trashy too, and is it as bad as Cool as Ice? No, but it's not that great. But yeah, he also produced 21 Jump Street. So this definitely has there's your crime element because Michael Gross's character, he plays Kathy's dad. He's caught up in corrupt cops kind of deal, and he's in hiding, and he's been found out by two dudes who I think are actually really entertaining. I think they're really
that's
funny.
like the best part of the movie, the B storyline, all of it.
Yeah, I think the cops are great. I think the mom is pretty good. Who's Candy Clark? Where Corey, do you recognize her from anything else?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, she's the waitress in The Blob who gets
the one that gets
iced
crushed
in the
in the phone booth. Yeah.
phone booth.
Oh man, Reeve, have you seen the Blob remake from 1988?
Not the remake, no.
Oh, dude,
it's good.
Okay.
It's really good. She gets a good kill in that.
You can
one.
literally hear Reeve adding it to his list.
I do.
Yeah.
I have a long list of movies. Yes, totally.
Yeah, add it to your letterbox.
Reeve is like, what the hell? $2 late fee, podcasting after dark. These guys know movies. I'm asked to talk about a BMX movie that I'd never seen. That was actually pretty entertaining. And then now I'm talking about Cool as Ice with these guys. What the hell?
Reeve, we'll have you on for something good. Don't worry.
No,
Don't worry.
the BMX movie, actually, I went back and rewatched it after we had the talk because I've taken a lot of inspiration from that for a future music video that I'm doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome, dude.
Okay. I'm really excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
Your newest video, by the way, is called I Hold On, right? That's the...
Yes.
Okay. I hope you only take this as a compliment because when I say he's got shades of like Richard Marx, someone commented, by the way, on your YouTube channel, they're like Richard Marx vibes to it. And but the image reminds me, I told you about Benjamin Orr, the lead singer of the Cars.
Stay the Night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah, I took a lot of inspiration. Obviously, all I do is take inspiration and make it my own. But I think I love doing it so much because I enjoy when people find the references that I'm doing. Especially with like the Over Me video, that was pretty much just like we're trying to shot for shot make another video like specific videos. But for this one, I didn't have the budget for Over Me, so I actually hired a videographer here in Nashville and gave her the shots list of all the things I'm looking to do. And I was just trying to make some TikTok content with it, and I ended up going through and being like, oh, I actually have enough to kind of make a music video out of this. So I edited it and put it together. And honestly, I like it how it turned out. It makes me excited to be more hands-on in the process for the next few videos. But I always love being able to like actually edit my own work too.
That's awesome, man.
I was telling Corey before when we were discussing having you on a couple months ago, actually. I said, you got to check out Reeve's stuff because
and my wife and I have been listening to you on Spotify. So
oh, nice, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, my wife and I listen to you on Spotify too.
Try to jump on the train. Yeah, thank you.
but Zach, Myra, and I listen to him on Spotify.
YouTube Music, yo. So, by the way, that's a great platform if you want to dig deep into the Vanilla Ice, Cool as Ice soundtrack. But no, like your music videos are great, and
awesome,
they have very cinematic quality. Obviously, you love the '80s. I think there's my son used to say when he's really little, I'm like, Bodie, give him the line, and he goes, "Made in the '80s, loved by the ladies," and I'm like, yeah. I said, Bodie, you could say, like, my dad was made in the 80s, but I'm loved by the ladies. You could do that. So. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out Reeve's newest music, again, links are in the show notes and check everything out. And last time we talked, you were in the process of working on more songs. This is January now.
Yep.
And where are you at with your upcoming album?
So, as far as being an independent musician, it makes the most amount of sense. And I've talked to people before who are asking for an album, and I'm like, I'm definitely putting out an album. But the most important thing as an independent musician is put out a song by song, because I can have the most amount of time to promote. I can put a good amount of time into a video, or the multiple ways I would market the song.
Right.
So everything going together, the whole album will be out later this year as an 8-track full album.
Awesome.
But I've got the first 5 out so far. The 6th song comes out January 30th, and it's called Too Late.
Am I the one that's playing the fool? 'Cause I know that somebody's getting to you. Is it too late, too late? Has it gone too far? Too late, is he the one in your...
So that's the next one I've got. It's a mix between Wham, Huey Lewis, and Hall & Oates.
Nice.
So it's my next song that has a sax solo as well. Over Me had one, but this one has a very specific sound that I was going for. I love the sax so much, and I love that I want it to be on every song that I have. But I think this one truly deserved a good sax solo.
Oh, I love a good sax.
Yeah, I mean, like the Over Me solo in that is fantastic, and you don't want to overdo it. I appreciate that. I'm the same way. There's a certain kind of guitar sound that I love, but it's like if every song I listen to has that sound, maybe I wouldn't be as into it as I used to be. Sure. And I love what you're doing song by song like that, because again, a new artist or newer artist that I love, The Midnight, Corey and I both love The Midnight. They do the same kind of deal where they release one song at a time, and then they release the full album. And I think it's really smart because you're keeping it constant, you're keeping the flow going versus just put it out there and then no one ever thinks about it ever again. And if you want to check out Link's, Reeve's old stuff that we talked, his stuff from his earlier stuff, go to our earlier interview where you can check that out. And also we talk about that BMX movie, Winners Take All. That's exciting though.
And Reeve, as I know that Spotify, they're these big conglomerates and everything like that, and you guys don't make that much money off of it. If somebody wants to support independent artists, what is the best platform to listen to you on that you get the most from?
So the most that you make, I'm pretty sure it's through YouTube. But I would say this, it's kind of like the most amount I'd make is if I sold a physical album. But where the most people are going to hear it is going to be Spotify. I'm all about more people hearing it at this point than I am because me being supported is eventually getting to the point where, the music and everything like that kind of pay for itself. But right now, I want to get as many people to hear it, and then those people can find the merch, can find when I'm playing shows. So I'm all about finding a larger audience, even if it pays smaller on the front end.
Okay.
Yeah.
But getting a physical release from you would net you the most. Okay.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I'm putting out a vinyl and a limited run of cassettes for this album as well.
Okay, and do you have a website?
I do. Yes, it's just my name, ReeveStimpson.com. And I was going to mention too. Thanks for bringing that up, Corey. The Midnight that you brought up, Zach. Their old sax player, Jesse Malloy, is the guy who does sax for all my stuff as well.
Really? Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Will you just reserve a cassette and a vinyl for me? I guarantee you.
Totally.
I'll pay ahead of time.
No, I'll totally hold them for you guys. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's awesome, man. That's
Dude,
really cool.
That is so exciting. I want to segue back to something.
Are we going? Why go back to Cool as Ice at this
Because
point?
here's the thing.
Let's just keep talking about how awesome Reeve's music is.
Here's the thing. When something happens in life that changes your whole way of looking at everything. When you just said Jesse Malloy is your sax player on those tracks, it blew my mind. Just like when Vanilla Ice utters the line, "I'm gonna go across the street and schling a schlong."
Yo, I'm out of here. Where you going? Across the street to Schling a Schlong.
This movie is, by the way, and just so people don't go, well, why didn't you mention the director? Director is David Kellogg. He's done movies like Inspector Gadget, which isn't terrible. It's no
I
cool
love
as
that
ice.
movie.
I think it's actually pretty entertaining. You know.
Oh yeah.
But this movie is ripe with so many interesting lines. I think most people know the line from the trailer, from oftentimes "Drop that zero, get with the hero." That's like the most famous one.
Oh yeah, cat. Words of wisdom. Drop that zero and get with the hero.
But I'm watching this with my son Bodhi, who, by the way, said this is the worst movie he's ever seen. This is after he watched Best of the Best with me, which pretty much broke my heart after he said that, because I'm like, it's not that bad. But he's like, this might be the worst one. He couldn't stop saying "schling a schlong."
I'm saying that in public.
Well, no. So here's the deal. When he's really little, and by the way, this line is said when they go into town. One of the bikes breaks down, and we'll get to who that biker is. And they just roll into this random house that I guess they think can fix motorcycles. And this old couple comes out who are super good.
I never understood how the house is so weird too. It's weird looking.
It looks like Pee-wee's kind of Pee-wee Playhouse inspired, but it's got an atlas on it. Like the walls, the exterior of the home have map printing on them or something like that.
Yeah.
But weird. Anyways, the couple's quirky and bizarre, and actually low key really good. They're really entertaining.
They're entertaining. Yeah.
But they're hanging at this house forever because the guy's bike gets dismantled by this guy because he doesn't know how to fix a motorcycle.
But he kind of does. He's almost like an idiot savant or something like that.
Yeah, more emphasis on the idiot, I think, than this.
Yeah.
But then they're bored, and this is at the point where Vanilla Ice Johnny recognizes the woman he almost, as you said, Reeve, he almost kills her on the bike. He finds out she lives across the street, and he goes and he tells the crew that he's basically going to go see her. But what does he say instead? I'm going to go across the street and schling a schlong. The reason that's so funny on many levels is Bodhi used to, when he played with his figures, he'd go schling schlong, when they're fighting each other. And Kristin often does this with me, where he'll say a word that is probably not appropriate, and she's like, "Did you tell him what that means?" And I go, "No, just let him figure it out on his own." So she goes, "Bodhi, do you know what schlong means?" And I go, "Well, hold on. Schlong can mean penis, but also it's like slang."
No, it only has one meaning, I think.
Yeah, what's the other meaning?
Yeah, Zach, please inform us all.
I don't, a wiener is like sausage, right? That's in German.
I don't know.
That's what he was doing to go across the street to do. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So what's he gonna do? Schling his schlong. He didn't say schling his schlong. He said schling a schlong.
It's mad. The dialogue in this movie is absolute madness. I mean, between those characters, the mechanics. How is that even a shop? How did he even know that was like a mechanic shop? It doesn't code that way, visually. It's like a weird art installation. But then he somehow fixes the bike. Let's talk about the bikes real quick. How cool were those?
Okay, really quickly, because I want to clarify, Merriam-Webster dictionary does say schlong is a man's penis.
Penis, yes. We knew that. You didn't need to look that up. Reeve and I both knew that.
Yeah, talk about the bikes, Corey. What do you?
Yeah, they
like
look
bikes?
like Reeve. Do you remember? I know that you might not have even been born, but back in the 80s, there were these Intertech guns they looked like regular guns. They were water guns. And they were painted all black, but they looked like Uzis and everything. And then when people were like, "Oh, that might be problematic. Kids could get shot," and they did. Let's change the color designs, and they would have these awesome like purple and green like tiger stripes on them. It looked really cool. It looked like what his bike looked like. The color scheme on it.
And remember, man, you won't be outgunned with these new Enertech blasters. Move out!
Blasters from Enertech, the AK centerfire with spare clip, water hawk, water grenades, and now the saturator. All of them accurate up to 30 feet or more. Nothing looks like them, nothing feels like them, and nothing comes close to shooting like them. They're big, they're bad, they're blasters!
And I was like, it's funny because as I'm watching this, I'm like, man, a lot of the stuff like visually colors and stuff like that I think are the 80s are actually 1990 and 1991. There was always that bleed over, kind of like how 1980 and 81 still kind of looks like the 70s. You know what I mean? Like, and I still feel like the latter end is always you get what is the stereotypical thing you think of in your head is what that era is. I like the style and the fashion in this movie. I thought it looked cool as hell. Not gonna lie, I could totally see somebody rocking a lot of these fashions like nowadays, unironically and everything. And I think it would look cool as hell. Like the fashion in this movie, the look, aside from the cinematographer, but like the fashion design and like the set designs and stuff look pretty amazing. Like her room. She's a high school girl that he, breaks into.
Kathy.
Did you guys notice that there's like this, Kathy, there's like a painting of a butt like over top of her bed?
I didn't catch that, no.
It's just like it's just like one of those like minimalist, like negative space things, just like 3 or 4 lines. But I'm like, that's a woman's like ass. And it's just over top of her bed. I'm like, okay, all right, choices were made here,
By the way, and I didn't bring this up, her name's Kristin Minter. She was in Home Alone. She's one of the siblings in Home Alone.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And she was on ER for like 8 years or something like that. So
no shit. Well, so was his cohort, his friend, the one whose bike broke down. I think that's might have been Jazz or whatever, but he was
Deezer
one of
D.
He was one of the nurses on ER for like 8 years. So they were like, "Hey, cool as ice, high five," him and her.
Yeah, wow, that's a trip. I did not notice the butt. That's surprising to me. I noticed the Ice-T poster in Buzz's room in Home Alone, but I didn't notice the butt in Kathy's room. Gonna call you Kat, by the way, because that's what Vanilla Ice does. He just
gives you a name.
Yeah,
whether you want it or not.
But Reeve, you're big in you're familiar with bike culture.
I do. So I like bikes a lot. I'd like to learn a little bit more. My dad was big into bikes, especially.
Right.
When I was growing up, he had a motorcycle at one point. That since I've been alive, he's had one bike. But before then, he's had crotch rockets and all sorts. Like grew up riding dirt bikes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when I go back home. But I love bikes in general. I think they're fantastic. I'd love to learn a little bit more. I would love to. My goal is to restore like an 85 street legal dirt bike.
Ooh,
I've seen a few of those online, but I love them. Yeah.
Well, okay. And Corey, I'm just realizing now, literally just in this moment, this movie has a lot of motorcycles in it. Winners Take All that I forced Reeve to watch, which he actually liked way more than I think. It's a good movie. They both have motorcycles in them, so he should probably see The Wraith at some point, which is an '80s movie. And by the way, Reeve, The Wraith it's a cult movie. It's not so bad. It's good. It's just good, right, Corey?
Yeah, it's fun.
He's not from around here.
Are you new in town?
Yeah. He's come a long way.
Hold on. You like living dangerously, don't you?
Now, he's going to do to them
Who are you?
what they did to him. Charlie Sheen in The Wraith, rated PG-13. Now playing at a theater near you.
Yeah, it's fun. It was our first $2 late fee pad crossover. Yeah, with Charlie Sheen. Yeah, it's a fun movie. Clint Howard's in it and everybody.
Great
it's a good
soundtrack.
time.
That might inspire you for sure. Actually, I don't know if this movie's going to inspire anything. And also too, like, yeah. So Schlinga Schlong's my favorite line, but Vanilla Ice has this way of delivering certain lines, because when he knocks Kathy off her horse, she hits him, rightfully so, you know, and then he goes, "You hit pretty good for a girl," like this.
Yeah, you hit pretty good for a girl.
What is that, Corey? Like, what is that? Why?
I don't. It's like I said. It's the persona. It's not a human being. We're not witnessing a human being interact with the regular world. We're witnessing Vanilla Ice, the persona, come off a screen. I think that all you have to do is change 1 second of this movie. You have that opening music video and everything, and then you have a transition of him crawling out of the TV and into our world, looking around, dazed and confused. Then just have the whole rest of the movie play the same. It would make so much more sense, because he is here as some sort of alien life form interacting with humanity. And again, I don't blame Rob Van Winkle for any of this. I blame the script and the director and everything. And he did his job. He delivered Schlinga Schlong. He delivered it like the script said.
It is so good. It is so good, that line, Reeve.
It's wild.
Corey, you brought up a really good point earlier when you were saying it would have done better as like a sci-fi. I thought that was, when you said that was so cool, because if it was sort of like, because he is such a personality on his own, that if you did like a sci-fi version of like Connecticut King and King Arthur's Court kind of thing, where he's like out of his element completely, and then just like, oh man, that's such a great idea. Now I'm gonna have to make that.
I mean, it would make more sense than what we're witnessing on screen as it is, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, again, because the two music video, this movie's it's pretty much exactly an hour and a half, right?
90 minutes, yep.
Yeah, and then we have two, I checked them, they're like 4 or 5 minutes at the beginning, almost 6 minutes, I think, at the beginning, and then same 6 minutes at the end. So there's like, say there's 10 minutes total of music videos, which is pretty much the best part of the movie. So we're looking at an hour and 20-minute film. They knew what they did. They knew what they did wrong. They knew what they had in their hands. But like, Reeve, what did you think of when we're first introduced to the family, Michael Gross's family, and they have that, like, it's almost like a music video fisheye lens scene, like sped up, where you're going through that whole moment. What'd you think of that?
I mean, it did give me a little bit of a headache, but it's funny because I watched a breakdown too of the movie afterwards, and it was showing how smoky the house was. It's so funny that like that actually seems like it would be where Johnny and his crew were hanging out with, like in that area. That would make sense, but like to switch it to be like, oh, the family's the one with like the smoked up house is a little bit of a weird twist. But yeah, it kind of, I don't know how that belonged there at all. I don't know who made that one.
Reeve, it's funny. I love, I mean, you see it all the time, like Last Boy Scout and stuff like that, and true romance. I love the look of smoked out interiors. I think it looks fantastic. And I'm like looking at the house, but I'm like, why them though? Why make the choice of giving the awesome looking smoked out interior to the, apple pie family? Like, I'm with you. It's like, it makes no, just like how the music, it's kind of like, okay, but it makes no sense though.
Well, that scene probably should have, that style that they used in that scene should have been used for the one when Johnny and his crew first show up at the bike maker's house, because it's an extendedly long scene of Jazz or whatever, D making a sandwich.
Yeah.
And the other cohort finding, green eggs or blue eggs, hard-boiled eggs, and eating those. That
what I don't want to see?
To that.
I don't want to see someone making a sandwich. Now, when she's doing when they're doing the dance moves, like in the street, a part of that montage, that's cool. I want to see
so
that.
Random,
but I don't want to see someone making a sandwich that's, it's not interesting. Maybe they couldn't smoke that house out because it was like weirdly open, like it was like an open concept plan or something. But yeah, the smoky house for the family, it looked like a Tony Scott movie, but yet it wasn't.
Yes.
It wasn't Tony Scott though.
It's funny that scene actually reminded me. So two things. That scene reminded me of like what a Fruit Roll-Ups commercial kind of looks like.
Totally, Gushers,
Gushers,
yeah,
exactly.
or Gushers
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
yeah. But the smoked out house look, I really love that. I'm trying to like grab screenshots of things for like shots I'd love to use eventually, and like I was just watching 9.5 Weeks does a really good job of like the backlit with the kind of smoky thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that. It did not fit that scene whatsoever.
No, it doesn't.
But it felt like a commercial. It did feel like a commercial.
Yeah.
They actually did. In the kid, Tommy or whatever the heck his name is, at one point, gets a makeover, quote unquote, gives himself a makeover
with his hair, yeah, to become cooler, and that's when, yeah, that's when Vanilla Ice sort of pays attention. He's like, "Oh yeah, what's up, kid?"
To become cool as ice.
Yeah,
and that is when I believe he utters this. It's after he utters the line, when Johnny and Kat are in their room together when he's invaded her room. And he's like, "Are you done making sex?"
Yeah.
Bodhi went, "What?" And I go, "Never mind. Just
don't worry.
Keep going."
I would like to talk though about Michael Gross's, like, again, his B storyline where he was you find out he was a good cop, and these two guys that are after him, I guess, were bad cops, but you don't sort of find that out until the tail end of that storyline. So at first, those guys are so coded visually as gangsters that I was like, oh, was he like one of the nerdy money guy for the gangster thing? And I think that they kind of I think that's where they started with it. And then they're like, wait a minute, that would make Michael Gross sort of a bad guy. We need to make him good. So he was a good cop. And I'm like, but then those guys don't look like cops, like I get it.
Yeah.
But like the visual language of the film told me without knowing anything that they were gangsters. And then I was like, okay, so he was just the money laundering kind of guy. But I think then the filmmakers were like, no, he's got to be really good though. So he's an ex-cop. So then that would make them ex-cops too. And it's just like, there's just so many choices that are made that I'm just like the easier choices were always like, they were there. The easier answers to make things click better were there in front of you. They have to go with answers that make you like pound a round peg into a square hole type of thing, to get there.
Yeah, like the boyfriend, Nick, who is often called Dick.
Excuse me? See you later, Dick. It's Nick. Oh, yeah. Nick.
Played by John Newton, who, by the way, is Superboy. Like, he was on the TV version of Superboy back in the day.
Wow.
I'm like, that is literally Superboy getting his ass kicked by Vanilla Ice right now. It's amazing. He doesn't really, like, the obvious decision would be, he makes moves on another girl and ruins his relationship with Kathy. Doesn't really do that. He kind of, like, he's overbearing, and he's definitely a jerk.
He's a dick.
But he's not, like, he's not the obvious choice of like, he's making out with her best friend and she breaks up with him and she's sad. Kind of doesn't, like, he's, Johnny is kind of a dick too. He like breaks in her house and he pours water down her throat to wake her up one day, and it's like, this, like, doing all these things that are not necessarily cool things to do. So Nick is not like the obvious jerk either. Like but they should have done that. And Vanilla Ice kicks the crap out of him, practically breaks his nose. Which makes him look bad, and there's this case of a mistaken identity, which goes on with the two gangster / cop / insurance salesman, whatever you want to call them. It is all over the place. It is. But I don't think, and like you said in the onset, Corey, Vanilla Ice doesn't fail this movie. The movie.
No, Rob Van Winkle. Rob Van Winkle, he's doing his hardest. He's doing his best, and
I kind of have sympathy
God
for
bless
him. I kind of look at him like, dang, this guy
bless
got a bad rap, no pun intended. He was he really tried hard, and I think, I think for a lot of people, it wasn't their taste. He was the maybe the only white hip hop artist who was doing that thing, like doing the MC Hammer type thing back then. There was obviously Beastie Boys were doing their thing. And I talk about Third Base as far as like white rappers are concerned.
Snow.
Oh yeah. I mean, Snow was another Informer. Snow didn't have a movie. Do you know that song Informer by Snow, Reeve?
No.
You don't need to know.
Oh boy.
I'm going to look it up though.
You don't need to know.
Adding it to the list. Well, can we got to at least talk about him saving the day at the end? And you knew Vanilla Ice was going to be quote unquote the good guy when he paid attention to the little brother, because that was the running theme, is that her old Nick the dick wouldn't pay attention to her little brother, and he just wanted to go for a ride in the car or whatever. Right. He's like, next time, And then Vanilla Ice is like, I'll hang out with you, kid. I'll hang out with you, 12-year-old boy. And then that's when he connects the most with the audience, which maybe tells you what the maturity level of Vanilla Ice is. But like, that's when you're like, oh, okay, he's connecting with this kid, and it's sweet, and it actually works. And then they kind of save the day at the end, even though they don't have to. But yeah, it's like, I was like, okay, they could have gotten killed doing that, but hey, good for them. Reeve, what are your thoughts on the climactic battle at the end of this film?
I think that the getting to the climactic battle was actually the funniest part to me, because I thought that the way that it's such a great trope of when they're like, hold on, play that back. Oh, that one particular sound that we definitely heard way too much earlier. That sound? Yeah. Oh, that can't be anywhere else. That's got to be that old abandoned place we went to.
On our first date.
That was funny. Yeah, exactly. Hey, lady, I'm going to almost kill you when I meet you, and then you want to go out and hang out by this construction site? Awesome. Cool.
Take our shirts off?
Yeah.
Girl, come on.
But the funny thing is, that was the part, it's funny, Reeve. That was the part that I bought the most, because I figured as a musician, he could hear things that I couldn't hear, which I assume is the same as the both of you. You can hear things that I can't hear. And to me, it's funny you bring that up, because to me, I was like, this is the part that I buy. This is right here. It's the only part of this movie that I actually buy. He can figure this out with his Sherlock Holmes ears.
But that goes with what he did with the whole, his song, his big hit, Ice Ice Baby, where he's like, no, that goes ding, 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 ding. Mine goes ding, 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 ding. You're like, no, wait, maybe I'm wrong.
We sampled them from him, but it's not the same bass line. Like it goes ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding. Ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. That's the way theirs goes. Ours goes ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding. Ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Wow.
It's a nice callback to 1990.
It's almost meta.
Yeah.
Also, too, by the way, as we start to wrap up the movie, and I have one really fun fact that I'm like, this actually kind of links in with the movie. For 1991. Did you guys, there was a trend to have your tag on your hat and not cut the tag off.
I remember that. Yeah.
And that was like a thing.
Well, it's to show how rich you were. How much
Is
money
that
you
why
had.
people did that? I always thought it was to like, I stole this. Look how tough I am.
No. It was to show that you have money and you can afford this expensive hat.
Okay, and what was the fascination with 8 balls? Because 8 balls were like 8 ball as in for pool, not the drug.
Jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, but like that was a thing back in the day.
Putty had an 8-ball jacket in Seinfeld.
Really? What was the fascination with 8 ball?
I don't know, man. I don't know. What was the fascination with Vanilla Ice? I don't know.
Is there like an implication there, or
I don't like I'm the last one to go, or I don't know. Right?
Can I hit you with a fun fact of all the people that turned down the role of Kat? All the women in Hollywood that turned down the role of Kat.
Please.
Lisa Marie Presley, Winona Ryder, Jennifer Connelly, Drew Barrymore, Shannon Doherty, Julia Roberts, Jennifer Aniston, Sarah Jessica Parker, Uma Thurman, Martha Plimpton, Nicole Kidman, Courtney Cox, Bridget Fonda, Jenny Garth, and Tori Spelling, and Gwyneth Paltrow all were advised by their managers to not take this role.
Wow.
Yes. Pretty much every female working in Hollywood at that time, every name in Hollywood working at that time, this was offered this role. So that this movie, I guess, in pre-production, it was probably floating around Hollywood, and everyone was like, not with a 10-foot pole.
Wow,
that's interesting. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that says a lot, and it didn't hurt Kristin Minter's career, thankfully, because she went on to, and it didn't hurt, Michael Gross's career. because
No.
he soon, well, a year before this, he was doing Tremors, and he would continue to go on to make 4 more movies, and
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. And you'll hear that whole story. He had some things to say about Cool as Ice, because we had to bring it up. We're like,
Yeah,
oh,
he does.
he's
In fact, I'll say this: he has nothing bad to say about Rob Van Winkle, though.
don't spoil. Yeah, exactly. That's not a spoil. That's just a fact.
That's just a fact, Jack.
If you go on IMDb, by the way, and you look up the ratings of this, people give it 1 stars, but they say like complimentary things. So this person, I'm just read one of these. This person wrote a stunning masterpiece. They give it 1 out of 10. This is probably one of the finest masterpieces ever created in the medium of film. It has Vanilla Ice. He says, yep, a lot. And there's lots of rad, all caps, rap numbers and cheesy ass dance scenes. I wouldn't say cheesy. I'd say
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. You try dancing like that. And it's all mixed in with the most implausible and ridiculous romance I've ever witnessed. Plus an ultra crappy fight scene between Vanilla Ice and some bad guys. And you wouldn't believe what this man can pull off with a motorcycle. This is nothing really bad other than the crappy fight scene. Like when he's going along this completely flat road and suddenly, whoosh, he gets air and jumps over a fence, almost killing an innocent person. There you go. All you people who voted anything other than 1 should change your votes. So this movie gets a number 1 on the worst movie list. Jeez, I know it's a great movie and all, but wouldn't it be nice to see this movie be number 1?
Did he? How did he get air? How did he when he jumped over that fence?
He's like Iceman in X-Men. He created an ice ramp. He just went.
Yeah. It all works so much better as if he's some sort of fantasy creature coming out of the TV. It works so much better.
Totally down with that, Corey. I'm totally down with that.
All right, Reeve, we're gonna rewrite it. Put you in it, buddy. We're doing it, baby. Cool as Ice remake.
I'm telling you, guys. Producers,
Reeve's like, not like this, please. No.
Yeah, just
Yeah, we're done.
Wait, where'd Reeve go? Wait, hold on. I got a fun fact from 1991. So really quickly, this drops in January of 91. So in January of 91, a show was created off the heels of the Arsenio Hall talk show. It was called The Party Machine with Nia Peebles.
The next Party Machine's a back-to-back remix. Get on the inside track with En Vogue. Groove to Pebbles. And get crazy with Sinbad.
Gonna make you sweat.
They're rocking the roof off with the sounds and moves of the 90s on the next Party Machine.
The Party Machine with Nia Peebles, Sunday at 9 on Universal 9.
The show was produced by Arsenio Hall. It was connected to Arsenio Hall. It was like in conjunction. And Nia Peebles was the host of The Party Machine, a half-hour late-night musical variety show where she would interview guests and have music playing as well, and people danced. It's very similar like Top of the Pops, which was a cool show in the UK, which, by the way, Top of the Pops, you go on YouTube and you find some great clips of bands like Go West performing or Wham. Not a lot of Party Machine with Nia Peebles, but Nia Peebles was very popular at the time. Corey, are you familiar with the Party Machine with Nia Peebles?
No, not at all. Not at all, buddy.
How about you, Reeve? Are you familiar with Nia Peebles?
I am not. No, I was just watching some Top of the Pops for Wham, actually. But I have never heard of that one. No.
Okay, so add this to your list. It's a movie called North Shore. North Shore is a 1980 surf movie with Nia Peebles, Matt Adler, who is a friend of the show, and John Philbin, friend of the show. But it's a great coming-of-age surf movie. Great locations in Hawaii. It'll make you want to go to Hawaii. Anyway, she's the star, one of the stars of the film, Nia Peebles.
Okay.
In 1991, people go, oh, Tia Carrere in Wayne's World, she was so hot. No, Nia Peebles was on fire too. I think she got her start on Fame or something like that. But
well, let's also Reeve my personal Nia Peebles movie, Deep Star 6, underwater monster movie, directed by Sean Cunningham, who directed the first Friday the 13th and everything like that. She's in that one, and that's a fun movie. That one's really fun. Deep Star 6, and we covered that one on
down too.
Yeah, that one's fun. But yeah, Nia Peebles awesome. She's awesome.
Yeah, and
North Shore is great too, though. It is an awesome movie too.
North Shore is great soundtrack, by the way, too.
Oh, I have my North Shore Blu-ray signed by Nia Peebles.
That's
and Matt
right.
Adler.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Okay, so Reeve, add that to your list. And I just
Reeve walks away with a giant list of things to watch.
If we took Reeve to the library, he'd have a stack of books, and the librarian would be like, "No, only 3." And he's like, "But they told me to get 6." That's such a weird reference. But anyways, 1991 also, really quickly, was a big year for video games because Street Fighter II came out in 1991. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and Sonic the Hedgehog and Duke Nukem made their premieres in 1991. I'll save that because I have a feeling we're going to go back into 91 later this year. But anyways.
Probably. That's awesome.
Okay, so, Reeve, I'm sorry that we subjected you to this. I hope you had a good
I will take that apology. Yes, thank you.
I guarantee you, I promise you, the next time we have you on later this year, it will be a movie either of your choosing or you'll go, "Oh, that's just a great movie. I would love to talk about that."
Have you guys covered, because I know we've talked about it, have you guys covered Real Genius?
So here's the thing. Corey's never covered Real Genius on Podcasting After Dark. Real Genius is in my top 3 of all time. It's guaranteed. This year, 2026, I covered Real Genius with Dustin, but I want to revisit some of these older movies again with a slightly different lens. So are you wanting to come back on to talk about Real Genius? Is that what you're saying?
100%. Probably my favorite movie soundtrack.
Same. Whoa. Same.
Then can I reserve a slot on this episode?
Okay, I'll tell you what. Yes, because for those wondering, we have covered Real Genius, Dustin and I, and we had an interview tied to someone connected to the movie, but we had to pull that interview because that person got into some trouble online. Well, not really. You guys can all do some digging if you want to know who it is and what happened to him. Just Google his name and see what comes up. Unfortunately, Real Genius is not that, but Real Genius, yes. So you heard it here first. Reeve will be back on, and Corey, to talk about Real Genius.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Was that 1986 when Real Genius came out?
Oh, that's your movie,
sure.
buddy.
Or 1985?
Sure.
I might have been 1985. I'm just looking it up right now.
I think the only time I've ever seen Real Genius is with you. I was at your house.
It is 1985, so we'll do that.
That's all right. Well, it's kind of like didn't that DVD or something of Cool as Ice, like wasn't it like the 26th anniversary or something? That special edition
thanks
Cool
for
as
bringing
Ice
that up.
DVD, yeah.
If you go on eBay of all places and you're looking for Cool as Ice, a deluxe version of Cool as Ice came out a couple years ago. A special edition. It is, I think, a German company put it out. No surprise there. But it goes for almost $300 on eBay. It's a 4-disc set. It is the...
oh yeah, I see it. Oh, it comes with a hat.
It comes with a hat.
Crap.
It's the 32nd anniversary edition.
Why random?
No way.
That's an odd choice. Yeah, it comes with a hat, comes with stickers. I would love a sticker that says "Drop that zero and get with the hero." I would love a sticker that says "Let's go schling a schlong."
It's a beautiful release. Sadly, it's a really nice looking release. The case is almost like a book, I guess, and it says on the back, "It ain't where you're from, it's where you're at." I guess that pertains to the movie. I mean, I know it.
No, that's a great line. He says that in the movie.
Is it though? But
it
is.
It is. It's almost as good as. I'm gonna go across the street and I'll just play the clip again.
Yeah, there you go.
Playing it long. Yep.
Yo, I'm out of here. Where you going? Across the street to sling a schlong.
Oh, by the way, last thing, Reeve, have you ever written down the lyrics to your songs on your jacket so you remember them? Like Vanilla Ice has on his black jacket, basically things that he says in the movie all over his jacket. Have you ever done that?
I have not, but it's so funny you say that. After every song release, I get a patch made that has the name of my song in a different font style to match the song. So for Back to the Future, I've got one that just has the one from the movie, and I've got an entire jean jacket that every time I write a new song that I come out with, it's a new patch on the back of it. So I'm gonna start doing lyrics in the same style as Vanilla Ice.
Dude, that's
my hero.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Cool. By the way, because I'm looking at his jacket and I'm like, oh, please, Bodie, don't ask me questions about that jacket, because one of them says "sex you up," and I'm like, don't ask about "sex you up." Don't do that.
I gotta ask, Reeve, do you have a catchphrase like "yep"? Have you been workshopping a catchphrase?
I guess one that's not rated R. I can't. The PG versions of one I haven't thought of yet. No. But thanks for the homework assignment. I'll think of a good catchphrase. Yeah.
When we go recover Real Genius, you can give us your catchphrase and try to drop it every 5 minutes if you can.
I was saving this to the end, but I was like, let's just GO. All right. To wrap it up, Reeve, I feel like this is the way you become friends with someone. If you put something out there to them that is totally hated and rejected and they still accept you, then that's a true friend. So,
well, this is the mark of that true friendship right there.
There you go.
This was the movie.
Support Reeve. Click on the links, do the thing. This is what it's all about, y'all. It is about supporting artists, musicians, creators who are doing something so good. And just launch them to the next level, because I guarantee you, Reeve is skyrocketing. He's only going to go higher and higher. And then he's going to look back and be like, yeah, I remember that dude who had me on his podcast. He's 60-something years out. Talk about cool as... Who's this jerk off?
What's this? What an asshole.
Then he had us back on for Real Genius, so he's a good guy. No, support Reeve. Corey and I are going to be doing this all month long on Podcasting After Dark and $2 late fee. We've got Michael Gross coming up. We've got Tremors, etc. Bingo, bango, tinga, tango. Reeve, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Zach. And thanks, Corey. Great to meet you, Corey, as well. And awesome to be back. I can't wait to do the Real Genius episode. It's going to be fun.
It's going to happen.
It was nice meeting you, Reeve. You're a great sport, my friend.
Wasn't that bad? That's how I learned how to drive.
Then let's Geo.
Is it too late? Has it gone too far? Too late, is he the one in your heart? Too late to get back to us. Too late, are you already in love?
Oh, listen, I just wanted to say goodbye and remind you that the good guys always win, even in the 80s.
Be sure to subscribe to Podcasting After Dark on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. You can support the show by joining our Patreon page, picking up a t-shirt from our merch store, or leaving us a 5-star review. Follow us on Instagram at Podcasting After Dark. All links can be found on our website at www.podcastingafterdark.com. And join us next time for another cult movie or TV show review with Corey Stevenson and Zach Schaefer.